Heaven has inspired songwriters, poets, preachers, and artists for centuries. One of America's renowned artists, Nathan Greene, has painted two masterpieces, The Lion and the Lamb and Johnny Made Whole. Both of these portray the warm, loving family reunion each of us will experience in heaven. Nathan's pictures seem to capture the very atmosphere of eternity. Let's let Nathan describe the story behind the paintings.
Heaven is so many different things to so many different people. What was driving you when you did this picture, The Lion and the Lamb?
Well, I believe that heaven is a real place, not make-believe. And so I wanted to create a painting that would inspire children and that would remind them that it's real. And it would be so realistic and brilliant and colorful that they would look at it and say, wow. And they can imagine themselves there.
If Jesus could say something to this boy, what would he say?
Oh, I see him saying, don't be afraid. Go ahead and pet the lion. He's not going to hurt you.
What about the details in the painting?
Well, you know, I love wildlife and animals. In fact, my wife often says I paint animals better than people because I love them so much, and I think heaven will be full of them. Again, my father-in-law is a sheep farmer. This is one of the lambs from his farm. When I was a boy, I collected butterflies. I still have the collection in my son's room. This is one of the swallowtails from that collection.
Nathan, how do you see this painting inspiring children and lifting their vision to what Christ is really like?
Well, I think when you have pictures like this in the home, in a child's room, or anywhere in a home, these images create lifelong impressions in a child's mind. In fact, my own child, I think it was Tommy, when he was about 3, he could barely talk, but we had a print of this over his crib. And when you asked him, where's Jesus? He would point right to him, you know. And this is in his mind forever.
One of the most powerful images that you've painted is the image of a little boy who meets Jesus in heaven. How did this painting come about?
Well, this was commissioned by a friend of mine whose son had cerebral palsy, and his name was Johnny, or Jonathan. And it was commissioned to not only encourage their family, but anyone who is dealing with handicaps or illness, and not just for children, but for any type of situation like that. This gives them hope. This is a scene of heaven where this boy who had been crippled has walked away from his wheelchair, and he's taken his first steps, and Jesus was there to meet him.
What kind of emotion did his parents have when they saw this?
They had tears in their eyes. It was very moving for them. It's called Johnny Made Whole. It's named after Jonathan.
Do the paintings that you paint like this of heaven really get down deep into your own soul?
Yes, they do, and probably this one especially, for a reason. You see this golden retriever here. That was my dog Bear, and I think he was 1.5 years old when he posed for this for me. And about a half a year later, he was killed on the road in front of our home. And Bear was a wonderful, regal golden retriever. But I have this belief that if God can recreate a human being, it's a small matter to recreate a favored pet or an animal of any kind.
Could you paint pictures like this that are so realistic if you didn't have faith yourself?
I don't think so. No.
How does your faith support you as an artist?
Well, you know, it gives me a purpose and a satisfaction for what I'm doing that I wouldn't otherwise have. And, you know, my work is so satisfying. There's no shallowness to it because of this. I occasionally get letters and feedback that remind me that what I've chosen to do with my career and my life is well worthwhile.
Have other parents who have had children who are extremely sick or ill or died, have they been motivated and inspired by this painting?
Oh yeah, I've had many letters and phone calls. And in fact, just in the last year, there's been several requests to engrave this image on tombstones for children who passed away at a young age.
Why would a parent want to do that?
I think it gives them hope. I mean, this is what it's all about. We look forward to heaven when there'll be no more pain, no more suffering, no more handicaps, and we'll all be healthy and whole.